The latest COVID-19 data from the Rhode Island Department of Health shows 903 new positive cases, 7 deaths, and hospitalizations have been on a steady decline for weeks, with 328 reported today.
12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie joins us at 4 now with why that hospitalization metric matters so much.
Well, simply put, with the amount of at-home testing being performed now, thanks to the federal government supplying the test to communities and making private insurance companies foot the bill, it means case counts are believed to potentially be an undercount. If you've taken a COVID-19 test at home, have you reported your result to the state? Well, there is an option to do so with the Rhode Island Department of Health. The health department told us in recent weeks thousands of at-home tests are used every day in Rhode Island that do not get reported. While data shows COVID cases are on the decline, state health officials have been leaning on hospitalization data to show the bigger picture. Data shows new admissions have dropped below 400 for the last week.
We're very optimistic, as it was expressed by Dr. McDonald the other day, that we're heading in a very good direction, and so that means that we're going to be able to respond that way with any of the protocols and the different measures that are in place right now.
Looking back in the first 3 weeks of January, Rhode Island's hospitals were much more crowded, with 500 or more people hospitalized the first 3 weeks of the month. Data showed as many as 608 were hospitalized on January 17th, the highest ever in the pandemic. Governor Dan McKee says with a little more than a third of all eligible Rhode Islanders up to date on their booster shots, the state needs to double down its efforts there.
And we are working our way through. I was talking to Dr. McDonald very early this morning, and we're starting to assess, what the next steps are relative to that.
And you can dive into the data deeper for yourself right now on WPRI.com. Head to our COVID drop-down list and click Track Cases and Data to see interactive charts on the latest cases, hospitalizations, and more. I'm Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.
Rhode Island's only 24-hour testing site is changing its hours starting tonight. The Department of Health says the CCRI Warwick campus rapid testing site is pausing for 24/7 operations beginning at 8 o'clock tonight. 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie joins us now live from the newsroom with more details from what the state is saying. Alex?
Well, Governor Dan McKee spoke briefly after an event this morning, and he said that the around-the-clock testing hours were not being well used, so the state is shifting its resources elsewhere.
So we're moving our resources in directions that make the most sense.
That direction, according to Governor Dan McKee, is booster shots.
We're going to put a good amount of our time and our resources in to let people know that the boosters are a key for us.
According to data from the Rhode Island Department of Health, a little more than 36% of all eligible Rhode Islanders have received a booster dose, and almost 44% of adults have received a boost.
And we're going to try to reactivate that the same way that we did when we did the vaccinations, when we went from a very low in the country to one of the tops. I think we're second in the country now at vaccination, and we want to do that in boosters.
Last week, the state also ended on-site testing for travelers at TF Green Airport, meaning testing before or after traveling would need to be done at state-run sites, pharmacies, or community clinics. As for the CCRI campus, the testing site will close at 8 tonight instead of midnight, and will shift to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. moving forward, remaining open 7 days a week.
Still a 12-hour schedule there to give people many hours to actually go get testing, and we encourage them to do that.
And among the 38 other state-run testing sites, CCRI's Warwick campus is still open the longest, and communities also continue to distribute at-home COVID tests to residents. I'm continuing to update that list on WPRI.com. Live in the newsroom, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.